Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Minecraft, the quest for all biomes. Well guys, we are in the 1.11 snapshot version today, and as I was talking about last week, there were some updates added. And, well, they were a bit lackluster, if I'm totally honest. It is called the Exploration Update, so hopefully there'll be some more hidden things that are super awesome that they just didn't announce, but there's that super funny glitchy song. I know it's not actually glitchy now, but wow, it still puts me on nerve. Anyway, yeah, so there were some features added, but nothing really spectacular except for one of them. And that is the reason why we are now in the end. Well, you see, as we are in the end, we can find things called shulkers. And you can see in my hand, I've already gotten some and got what you can make from them. This is called a shulker box. So if I put it down and open it, you can see it contains a whole bunch of stuff. And this is in fact my stuff that I put in there. And if I break it and pop it into my inventory, we get to keep it. And a really nice thing, if you mouse over it, it gives you a little bit of a description of what's in there. So that is super cool. Now if we come up here, well, I had marked out with arrows, but there is a shulker up there. So let's see. I know if its shell is closed, the arrows just bounce off. So we want to try and get it to target us. There we go. It's like peeping out every now and then. Although I can hear one. So let's just drop down here. These things can be quite hard to harvest because they shoot the levitating things at you, which is very tricky to deal with unless you're in a space like this. But what happens, and that music is playing still even though I switched it off, which is mildly frustrating. Anyway, I think I managed to pick up one of the shells there. Yep, there we go, shulker shell. So that means that now that we have this shulker shell, we need to get a second one. And wow, that's our ender chest. No wonder it's so awesome. I thought we had access to the other chest, and that was what was in that other chest there. Anyway, let's eat some fish quickly. And just wail on this guy. Come on, open up. Thank you. And he didn't even drop one, so it appears that it's not every time you kill one of these that they drop the shulker shells, but they do drop them quite frequently indeed. So let's just wait until we can drop down and pick this up. Thank you. Anything in this chest? No, I've already looted this place pretty well. I didn't really bother with the shulkers before because I didn't think to myself that I'd really need them. But anyway, as you can see now, we've got these two shulker shells. Now, if I don't fall flat on my face like what I've just done, and I make my way up top here, let's come around this way. I think I left my crafting bench in the other tower. Sorry, your crafting bench is in another tower. Super Mario reference. I shouldn't really have to say that, I guess. Otherwise, it's not much of a reference. But anyway, let's carry on. Back to our other tower over here. You think up here somewhere? Yep, there's my crafting bench. So if we take a chest, so let's just break this chest here. And we put it in the middle, and we take two shulker shells and put it on either side, we get a shulker box. And I've already shown you the properties of the shulker box, so I don't need to go into much detail in regards to that. So yes, guys, we'll be visiting here off screen to get a whole bunch more of those shulker shells in order to make more shulker boxes, because they are super useful. One thing I did want to test out, though, which I was not entirely sure about, was if you take the shulker box, can there be separate inventories in each box? Or are their inventories connected like an ender chest? So let's see. Okay, definitely not. Definitely not. You can have different shulker boxes with different things. Also, another thing I wanted to test out is if you can name them. So I think for that, we're going to head off back towards our home. And you see this giant cobblestone thing over here? Yep, I was originally planning on taking a shulker back with me to the overworld. I might still do that, but boy, is it a long journey in a boat. And I got knocked off several times by Endermen, so I eventually thought, nope, I'm not going to be doing that. Anyway, we want to have some Ender Pearls on us, just to get around this place a bit easier. Because it can be a bit tiresome trying to get around this place on foot. And I think I angered an Enderman. I can hear it angry at me, but I can't see it anyway. Anyway, so let's come around this way and make it all the way back. I'll join you guys when I'm back. Alrighty, so we're almost back now. It is always a scary, scary journey making my way over here because of the endless, bottomless pit of void below, all the endermen around here. So yeah, it's not the safest way to get back to a place, that is for sure. And by the way, there's the boat. I actually made it like this far and then got knocked off and killed. So I was pretty upset. Pretty upset. And why haven't we gone through? Thank you. That was a bit weird, a bit glitchy, that is for sure. Yeah, I've got an anvil in the overworld. Let's rather go back to the overworld and test this out, shall we? Because going to our thing, I don't know. I've been in the end for too long. My mind, it is getting jittery. Me and the end are not good friends. This water is freezing? Okay. That's quite strange. Do golems freeze water? They must, I guess. Anyway, we are back here. Let's go up to our anvil quickly. And I want to see if you can name one of these shulker boxes. You can. So let's call this building blocks. Whoa, my anvil broke. Oh, well, you were the last thing my anvil ever named. Now let's see if you keep that name when I break you. Nope, you've gone back to just being a shulker box. So that was a waste. Would be nice if you could name them. I mean, then you could always, I know it gives you a bit of an itinerary there when you have got stuff in it, but it's not quite the same thing. Not quite the same thing at all. Anyway, guys, you may have noticed as well that I now have fish as my main food supply, when for a long time I've always had beef as my main food supply. The reason why I've made the switch, as you may guess, is if we come out here and do some turbo shotting. Okay, now this always works perfectly when I'm not on camera. When I'm on camera, it takes me a few shots. I don't know if the recording causes a bit of a difference or what, but anyway. Yep, as I was saying, I finished up my little farm over here, at least for now. I may expand it in the future, make it a bit bigger. But you may be saying, but Athais, where is this farm? Well, I've preserved the temple on top here, just because I like the way it looks. Eat some fish. And, by the way, this is also slime chunks over here. So that means that we get lots and lots of slime spawning down here, which I can then harvest for their blocks. For their slime balls that they drop. Which is awesome, because that means lots and lots of slime blocks that we can make. So it's just like a nice side effect of being down here. But anyway, this here is our little guardian spawner. How awesome is it? It works so well. And you can hear one of the slimes somewhere around here. But anyway, this spawner works so well. We get so many guardians spawning here. And basically what I've done is I've hollowed out the inside of the temple a bit over here. Filled it with water. Put a layer of signs. Put a layer of lava. Put another layer of signs. Come in here. And used a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a huge amount of iron to make all of these hoppers over there. I'm out of blocks. Let's put this down quickly. I'm gonna get some blocks. I don't have any blocks on me. Wow. Let's just break that. Let's come up here. Ugh. Usually when I fall in here, it's just like block my way out. But because I was dealing with like stone and stuff, I've made it so I can't get back down here normally. Anyway, I'm out. I need to go to the other side. So like I was saying, we get a ton of guardians spawning in here. And what the brilliant thing about that is if we come down here, I've made a little ladder. And you can hear the guardians, that is for sure. So what happens is they come, they fall down here, they burn to death, and I get a ton of cooked fish from them. So they fall down, all their goods get transported via a hopper into these chests below here. And with about 10 minutes of off-screen time just standing around here since I built this, this is how much goodies I have collected, plus all the fish in one of these shulker boxes over here. So that is pretty awesome. And a lot of these blocks were made from the drops as well. So as you can see, we get a ton of drops from this thing. So prismarine will definitely be included in the next area that we do, because we have a lot of it now. Also the prismarine lamps, which are absolutely beautiful. So yep, we got a ton of free food, a ton of resources that we can use. So we are sitting pretty. Alrighty, now if we come up this way, let's see if I can make my way out of this place as well. Once again, if the trick is working. So that being said, those are the two things that I wanted to show you guys. And yes, that has eaten into our exploration quite a bit today. I wasn't quite planning on that to happen. But I just thought they were important little updates to give you guys. Just that we can both be on the same page when it comes to things and know what's going on in the game. So yeah, now that we've got the prismarine farm set up, we've also got the new shulker boxes thing. It makes things a bit interesting because we're sitting with a situation here where the donkey that we got that was so awesome before isn't really as cool anymore. I mean, there's even now new mobs in this game. But I'll leave them a bit of a secret. For those of you guys that don't like spoilers, we won't talk about what they are until we've discovered them in the game. That's the way I like to play it. I don't like to talk about updates that we haven't seen. There's also some other things that we might find as we go that we haven't seen yet, but since this is the exploration update and we are doing a pretty intense exploration series, we might very well run into things that are pretty hard to find usually, pretty easily. So anyway, let's see if I can get my turbojets going. I have been quite successful about doing this recently, so there we go. There we go, nice. I seem to have gotten the angle down. Like Mr. BC was saying, it's all about the angle, kid. All about the angle. Or at least that's the way I imagined him putting it when I read his comment. And anyway, let's fly up into our tree over here. Head out into the map room and do some discussion. So in the map room over here, you can see we uncovered the mesa biome in one of our last episodes. Also, I've been doing a lot of mining over there, been getting a lot of clay. And these shulker boxes are going to make transporting it back home a lot easier. that is for super sure. And we've also been doing some work down at our base over there. But do I have the map on me at the moment? Let's see. Or a copy of it at least. Because I do tend to make quite a few copies of these maps. I do not. Of course. Why would I have the one map that I need on me at the moment? I do not. Be right back, guys. Okay, guys, so we have the correct map that we need now, and we are going to head out in hopes of exploring and filling out some more of it, because that is what we definitely need to do. Okay, I didn't want to use sharpshooter. Sorry, armor, about that. That was unnecessary. Alrighty, so let's keep flying. We want to head off in this direction quite a bit, because as we all know, the map that we are filling out at the moment is this way, quite a distance. So let's eat some food, and while we are flying, let's pull our map out and have a look at the terrain below us. So, as we filled out so much of this terrain, it may take a little while before some of the new features load in. That's one of the problems about running a exploring series. Also, if they've changed the terrain generation at all in this update, which, I don't know, they may have, because they've included certain new things, we may see world borders begin to form. I don't know if any drastic changes were made or anything, but yeah, we need to be aware of that. So if you guys see any like weird terrain generation below us, it's just because the new terrain and the old terrain is meeting and it's doing funny things. But at least we'll always have that old terrain to work with. So that is a thing. I know on my own personal world that I play on, that I don't show on YouTube, there are some pretty nasty world borders that have formed on it. So, because I've had that world since like beta, and I had it even, I don't know if you guys remember, but originally there was on the Minecraft website an option to play Minecraft for free in this like little test world. I managed to import that little test world into Minecraft beta when it came out. So I've even got that little chunk, or a few chunks that are in the normal world. So it's a pretty broken up world, but I think it looks pretty cool. I've done some nice buildings there. I've got like a castle and a stadium and stuff like that, but nothing amazing. You know, the things that you had to work with back then are really not what you have to work with now. And over here we can see we've got a nice little desert village over here. Let's actually land and stop by and say hello to the villagers. Alrighty, so in this village we've got a well, we've got a person over here. Hello, person. Ah! And it just so happens he is a cartographer. And what cartographers do is they will actually sell you maps. And if I had known, I would have met up with you, sir. I would have brought some things to do trades with you, like some paper. But I know you're here now. Hopefully we'll be out of here before night, so you won't get affected. We will leave your town, so you won't get infected, I mean, by any zombies and cause troubles. But anyway, what you can do from these cartographers basically is trade with them. And you're saying, but Athais, you can trade with every villager. What makes them so special? Well, these particular villagers, in particular, will trade with you maps. And the maps that they trade with you aren't these maps, like the map I'm holding in my hand right now. They're special maps that lead to special places. And I think one of these days we'll go and have a look out and see what maps we can get from him and see where they lead us. Just for the fun of it, in one of the exploration episodes. But not today. Today we're just flying along, enjoying ourselves. Well, at the moment we're walking along, but we will be flying along shortly, hopefully. Let's just try and get up in the air before nighttime, because I do not want to be on ground during the night. So let's switch to turbojets over here. And there's a desert temple over there. There we go. And we are up in the air. Okay. Nice. It's so nice to be able to jump off a little hill like that and just to get going. Really a nice feature. I'm glad it hasn't been removed as far, which is super nice. Super nice indeed. Let's eat some fish. I hope my breath doesn't smell after all this fish I'm eating. That would be a tragedy. There is another village down here, but it is nighttime now, so I really don't want to get the poor people there infected. Speaking about getting poor people infected, guys, I have been having so much trouble with my villagers in the village that we're busy remodeling at the moment. Because, I don't know, I had this wild idea that maybe if I set them free with all the little houses that I've now built for them, they would start breeding like crazy and give me a big population. The only problem is, yes, they did give me a big population. They even spawned a few iron golems, which was awesome. But then suddenly a whole giant mess of zombies spawned and took like the majority of them out. So I built a whole like army of iron golems for them, so my iron supplies are pretty much down to 0 at this point, what between the hoppers and the iron golems. But the iron golems get stuck all the time, and they can see a zombie right in front of them and they don't attack it. I don't know what's going on, why that's happening. I think maybe it's because of the way I've built the buildings. But oh well, we will work that out. We'll see if we can try and keep the villagers alive. We may just have to have uninhabited cities. I don't know. Just having the villagers there and keeping them alive is turning out to be quite a mission. And there's a giant tower over here. Oh, wow. This is where we came that time, guys. The memories. This was on screen. So, let's see if we can get to the top of this tower. There we go. Come on. Is there a ladder to the top of this tower, or did I just pull it up? I didn't ladder up. Alrighty. Come on. Okay, we're not getting to the top of this tower. But anyway, basically how it went is I fell into the bottom of this ravine over here. And after I fell into the bottom of this ravine, I pillared up over here and saw that there were two villages right next to each other and thought that this would be an ultra cool place, which it did turn out to be after a while. The only problem was I'm getting absolutely killed. That's not the only problem. Let me just get out of here, go underwater quickly, just to get away from things that are trying to absolutely obliterate me. That was close. Alrighty, the only problem was that I didn't know if I'd ever be able to find it again. But fortunately, thanks to the fact that we're doing this mapping out now, finding it shouldn't be a problem. I know where it is. It's very close to the mesa as well, which is super cool. These two villages are right next to each other. There's a giant uh, uh, thing that runs through it. What's it called again? Ravine that runs through the two. We can do ravine side buildings in there. It's going to be super cool once we eventually come to build here. Stupid baby zombies. Go away. Thank you. Alrighty, let's eat some food. So yeah, anyway, I didn't mean to land here, but ended up landing, so let's get back up into the sky. And like I said, sorry that there's not going to be so much exploring in this episode. What I'll do is I'll make it to... Let's just get up here. As usually is, but I really wanted to share with you guys some of the new things that have been added to the game. And also show you my progress that I've been doing with the farm, the Guardian farm, and that's... I thought those were very important. Let's jump off the side here. And get turbojets engaged. Come on, up. Let's carry on going this way a bit. Eat some fish. And just ride this out to the end. Why not? Alrighty, get some nice lift over there. Come over the mountains here. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of villages in very close proximity in this area, which is interesting. So they should be a very nice way to build. Nice thing to build. Maybe we'll come out here after. But going from one build in the savannah to another build in the savannah, not my idea of a fun time. So we may switch out biomes entirely and go for a completely different biome next time. We'll have to just wait and see. One thing that is not lacking in this world seed is a bundle of places that are just awesome to build in. And with having said that, I want to wish you guys all a very good night and God bless. As always, my name is Athais, and I will see you in the next episode where we have a look at that village that has been giving me so much trouble to build. Bye for now. See you guys then. As I'm a porcupine. Absolutely covered with arrows. Wow. Bye.